Welcome back to Kanana Gardens, the ultimate AI-assisted solution for managing your home hydroponic systems. With Kanana Gardens, you can easily record measurements, receive alerts, and get tailored nutrient recommendations, simplifying complex nutrient calculations and maintenance tasks. In this video, we'll guide you through the first steps of using our app to make your hydroponic gardening journey easier and more efficient. Let's dive in and get started. First, let's set your defaults. Start by choosing your water source. We recommend using reverse osmosis water as it provides a clean, stable base free from contaminants and impurities. If you're using tap water or other, we will ask for a TDS measurement so that we can compensate for your water's contents when providing nutrient mixtures. Avoid using soft water as it lacks essential minerals, has the potential for sodium toxicity, and can cause pH instability, interfering with nutrient management. Next, select your nutrient set. Kanana Gardens supports a variety of popular brands like General Hydroponics, Indo, Growtech, Innovating Plant Products, Advanced Nutrients, and Remo. Hydroponic nutrients typically come in sets split into 1 or 3 parts. 1-part nutrients combine all essential macro and micronutrients into a single bottle, offering simplicity and ease of use, but can be very thick, clogging systems like aeroponics and being harder to mix. They are often available in grow and bloom versions for different growth stages. 3-part nutrients are split into 3 bottles: grow, bloom, and micro, providing greater control over nutrient ratios and avoiding chemical reactions that reduce nutrient availability. While 1-part systems are convenient and balanced for general use, 3-part systems allow for more precise nutrient management tailored to different growth stages and specific plant needs. The purpose of Kanana Gardens is for you to reap the benefits of 3-part nutrients without having to do the calculations. Choose the nutrients you use for the most accurate recommendations. If your preferred brand is not yet supported, let us know, and we'll work on adding it. These settings can be changed at any time by going into the appropriate section under Plant Food. The default water source can be set under Water Sources, and the default nutrient set is under Nutrient Sets. Now, let's start building our virtual garden. Using the floating action button, you can create a plant, a hydroponic system, or a space. Think of it like this. Each plant is placed in a specific hydroponic system, which is part of your overall room or garden setup. First, let's create a plant. Fill in the details about your plant species and stage. Plant stages are crucial because each stage has specific needs for optimal growth. In the seedling stage, plants need high humidity and gentle light to establish roots. During the vegetative stage, they require more nitrogen for leafy growth. In the flowering stage, they need more phosphorus and potassium to produce flowers or fruits. Understanding these stages helps ensure plants get the right care and nutrients at the right time. Note that no recipes are currently provided for the germination stage, as seeds typically only need a bit of moisture. You can view your plant stages and associated targets under the plant stage settings. Next, create your hydroponic system. Enter the details of your setup. Note, custom setups are currently in beta, so feel free to experiment and provide feedback. The fill factor helps you manage your nutrient solution volume. It's the amount of water you use each time you fill your reservoir. For example, if you prefer to use a standard 8-cup or half-gallon jug to build your mixtures, you would set your fill factor to 8 cups. Finally, associate the plant with the hydroponic system by transplanting it. Now, any recommendations of this hydroplanter will be taken into account the mini broccoli's needs. Recording measurements is a key part of maintaining your hydroponic system. The measurements you record are displayed on visual gauges, which relate the measurements taken to the plant's target ranges. Reservoir measurements include pH, which affects nutrient availability, total dissolved solids, which approximates the nutrient concentration by measuring electrical conductivity, and water level, which determines the dilution. Our AI uses the concentration and water level to determine the optimal nutrient solution for your setup. You can optionally record water temperature, which impact root growth and bacterial buildup. Depending on your setup, you may have to check these measurements as often as daily for optimal plant growth. The history section helps you track your measurements over time. Use this data to identify trends and make informed decisions about your system. You can also edit previous entries from here. When it's time to fill your reservoir, you have several options. The AI recipe is based on ideal nutrient ratios, including calcium and magnesium supplements as needed for each plant species. The recommended recipe follows vendor feed charts, adjusting for target TDS levels. Note that this recipe will only account for supplements if the feed charts do. Both of these recipes consider recent levels in TDS to calculate dilution. They factor in your nutrients, water source, existing reservoir contents, whether the reservoir is shared, and the plant's type and stage. If there is no recent TDS value, the recipe is generated assuming you don't have any previous contents in the reservoir. Each recipe is built based on the fill factor set for the hydroponic system, providing the appropriate amount of nutrients for the amount of water used. If the last TDS measurement fell below the target range, but the water level does not allow enough space for a fill using the system's fill factor, a booster recipe will be provided. This uses a small amount of water, just enough to mix the nutrients required to bring the TDS level up in the reservoir. The NPK score reflects how the mixture aligns with the plant's target values, with details of deviations within the mixture. In shared systems, the app averages the target TDS levels and NPK ratios for all plants, prioritizing flowering plants' needs to ensure proper blooming while using the lowest common denominator to set the TDS target, preventing nutrient burn in more sensitive plants. We recommend grouping similar plants like leafy greens and herbs together to avoid skewed nutrient recommendations. Mixing greens with flowering plants like tomatoes can result in suboptimal growth due to their differing needs. The previous mixture option replicates the most recent recipe for consistency. The pH adjustment option allows you to adjust the pH without adding water or nutrients. While we do not provide pH adjustment suggestions yet, the fields will be pre-filled with values from the last adjustment, if available. Often, once your plant settles into a rhythm, you'll find a consistent adjustment needed with each fill to keep the pH in balance. Finally, custom recipes allow you to tailor your nutrient mix. You can either build your own recipe from scratch or use copy to custom if you'd like to customize a provided recipe. You can also track other tasks, such as harvesting to keep track of yields, trimming for plant health, draining for maintenance, and flushing your system to keep it clean. And that's it. You're now ready to start using the Kanana Gardens app. For more detailed guides, check out our other how-to videos on YouTube or join our Facebook community for tips and tricks or to request additional help. Happy gardening!